Hello, and welcome to episode 51 of Movies and Us. I am TJ.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies. From the beginning, sometimes.
Oh, you sang today. It was cute.
Anyway, we're doing another animated movie this week. Did we do one last week? Was it Superman last week, or was it Returns last week? No, it was Returns, because it was the 50th episode. That's right.
Yes.
So yeah, this is the last movie in 2006. It was released September 2006, and this is Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, which actually served as a series finale to the TV show, apparently.
This was the series finale?
Oh yeah, the show got canceled, and I guess they had this movie made, so I guess this was it, from what I read.
No. If this is the series finale, it's not really a good, strong series finale, in my opinion. Because it doesn't really answer much question. That's weird.
I think they wrapped up the series in the show, but
I thought so too.
This was already... This came out after the show was done.
Oh, okay.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So, I think it was made before the show was canceled, but it just ended up because of when it was released and stuff. Anyway, this movie was written by David Slack, directed by Michael Chan, Ben Jones, and Matt Youngberg. I don't know why you need 3 directors.
Visuals, story, and I don't know.
And it is starring Scott Manville, Hayden Walsh, Tara Strong, Greg Sipes, Kyrie Payton, I'm sorry, not Carrie, it's Kyrie. Kari Hiroyuki Hagawa?
It's a very familiar name. People should know. He was also in Mortal Kombat series. He played Shao Kahn.
Look, I do an anime podcast and I never get the Japanese names right. You're lucky I got that close.
Oh, you're good.
Keon Young. Robert.
He was in Star Wars Rebels too. Holy shit.
Can I finish?
Yeah. Listen, I didn't interrupt you. What's going on?
Keon Young. Robert Ito. Janice Calloway. And Yuri Lowenthal.
No way, this motherfucker was also in Teen Wolf series, the TV series in 2014.
Okay, I don't even know who you're talking about, but okay.
I'm so sorry. There's no box office. I'm looking at someone's IMDb page.
Shang Tsung's?
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to do that, Carrie Payton's in The Walking Dead. So there you go. Kyrie Payton.
Oh, the
Cyborg.
I was saying the black guy, yeah.
Yeah, and Tara Strong played Harley Quinn in the video games, Arkham video
on The Walking
games.
Dead, who's he playing? He's Ezekiel? What?
He's king. He's the King Ezekiel.
Oh shit! No way. Who else we're talking about? That Tara Strong?
Tara Strong plays Harley Quinn in the video games.
Yeah, she always comes up our podcast though.
So
let's give some men attention in this world, TJ. Jesus, always about women next.
The voice actress for Starfire.
Yeah.
Hayden Walsh also plays Princess Bubblegum in Adventure Time.
Oh my god, I love that show. That show is so good, TJ.
All right, so now that you got your little side thing out of the way.
She was also in Groundhog Day as Debbie. Don't know what character that is, but just a heads up. Now you know. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Did I say how long this movie was?
I just wasn't paying attention, so I couldn't tell you. Just refresh the viewer's mind. I'll edit it out if I have to.
It's an hour and 15-minute long movie, so yeah, this was an easy watch.
Super easy.
I don't think there's any other behind-the-scenes stuff.
I don't think so. I don't think there wouldn't be, would there?
No, I mean, there's nothing really to talk about.
It's all the same voice actors at the TV show, I guess, if you care about that.
Is it? I didn't realize that.
To my knowledge, it was.
I mean, they sounded the same.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if they were or not. Like that, I know they like to bring in different voice actors for movies and stuff sometimes.
Exactly. No, it's all the same.
Okay. Anyway, going into the movie proper then. We open up with Bugs Bunny, as we always do in these animated movies. And we truly open up in a traffic jam.
Is that a traffic jam? I thought it was just straight up traffic.
It looked like a traffic jam to me in the beginning.
Fair.
And then this weird villain guy shows up and starts blowing up cars and stuff.
Yeah, it's very vibrant, his colors.
Yes. And this is the first instance where we see one guy beating up the Teen Titans by himself. Did you notice that? They get beat up, all 5 of them, by one guy a lot in this movie.
Oh, I think they said the first instance, like thought like that never happened in a TV show. Like, it happened all the time in a TV show. What are you talking about?
I
Okay.
actually don't remember the TV show that was. Well, that was going to be my next point. Did that happen all the time in the TV show? That they got beat up by one guy?
Yeah.
They seem super weak.
Well, the Teen Titans, they're the junior Justice League for the most part, so they're like learning who they are and coming together and all that kind of shit.
But 3 of those are like almost Superman level heroes.
2 of them, if anything.
Well, no, Cyborg is super strong and powerful.
But like he's easy, in my opinion, he'd be easy to defeat compared to Raven. I think Raven and Starfire are just gods at that point, goddesses. Like, I wouldn't want to fight those two. Robin and Beast Boy, they're jokes.
But Cyborg's like Justice League.
He is, yeah, he is.
So, I mean, so is they all are at some point. But
that's the thing, yeah.
But like he's like one of the mainstays in current. No, I don't even want to say current Justice League, but last decade Justice League. Cyborg.
God, don't say last. I feel so old when you said that. Like, oh man, my gray hair's coming in. Yeah, you're right. Last decade.
See, you can't really feel old when you say that in comic books because this stuff goes back to the 40s, man.
I know.
30s. So it's like,
well, when was the Justice League?
You have to go to decades.
True,
what did you ask?
That's fair.
What did you ask?
When was the Justice League implemented? That's a question for the episode when we get to the Justice League. I don't know the answer to that now.
That's a good question, though. That's actually a
Look, guys, I stumped TJ finally. It took 50-something episodes, but I did it. I feel like I stumped you a lot on this.
I never considered the Justice League one of the first debut, honestly.
Or we're going to have to know that, especially and the Avengers too. Both those teams.
Because even if you think of back all the way back to the 40s, Superman and Batman were teaming up all the time. So.
Exactly. Like, when was like the first team up of like the superheroes together? Like, we should like do a thing. Like, yeah, you guys should.
Oh, it depends on. I guess it depends on if you're asking the Justice League or the Justice Society. Because the Justice Society of America was the Golden Age Justice League. You know what I mean? But if you're talking about the modern incarnation with like Superman, Batman, and stuff.
Well, I think the question might go further than that too. Like, let's say I ask the Justice League, am I asking in our world when they first were a thing? Or in universe world when they first were a thing? Because isn't that like sometimes they'll like, oh, the Justice League's always been a thing. We just never focus on that kind of thing. Like sometimes they'll do shit like that, won't they?
I don't know. Again, I'm pretty sure that like before the 80s, everything was still one continuity.
Yeah.
So there wasn't like multiple realities and stuff like that.
Oh God, yeah, multiple realities. That's a loaded question, I guess, isn't it? If you really want to like get into it.
Yeah, it depends on what Justice League you're talking about.
That's fascinating.
But if like,
base, like when us as a society thought of Justice Society / League, when did it first become a thing? Is that
the Justice League with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green, Hal Jordan,
and what's his face, Martian Manhunter,
and Flash?
Yeah. Do you count Hawker? Is it Hawker or Hawk Lady?
Yeah. So it depends. Yeah. It's like. The original, I think there's an original 5, but then they're not even the original 5 because technically, like I said, Justice League of America, Justice Society of America was first.
Yeah, exactly.
With the Alan Scott Green Lantern and I think Wonder Woman was in it and Batman and Superman, but they were the Golden Age guys.
Yeah, and they've always been staples from then to now.
I don't know. It's a question.
We'll answer that question on the Justice League movie episode. How many Justice League movies are we going to do? Are we doing the cartoon ones too, I guess? If there are cartoon ones, aren't there? Yeah,
there's a cartoon one coming up within the next couple of weeks.
Holy shit. Wow. Oh, god damn, that's a lot.
I don't know. It depends on when we remember to ask this question again.
I'm going to ask it when we do the episodes. Like, I know I am. Like, when did they first become a thing? Who was first, the Avengers or them? So anyway, let's get back to the Teen Titans.
Yeah.
When did the Teen Titans become a thing? It hasn't always been this group, because I know in Young Justice, that's a whole different thing now.
The Teen Titans are a complicated history, but it was these 5.
Yeah.
But there was also way more.
Exactly. They switch them in and out, don't they? Kind of like the Justice League, or no?
Kind of, yeah. But a team lasts for a while. I think Roy Harper, which is Green Arrow's
Yes.
sidekick, was um, Aqualad, which
Okay.
he was another one.
See, that's like going down down the line of Young Justice at that point.
What's her name? The Wonder Woman sidekick. Shit. Donna Troy. She was another mainstay of the Teen Titans.
Okay.
And
Never heard of her before.
Beast Boy was known as Changeling, I want to say.
Changeling?
Apparently, they would first appeared without a name in the Brave and the Bold number 54 in the June-July issue of 1964.
Who, Beast Boy?
No, the Teen Titans.
Oh, okay.
And they were Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad.
Kid Flash. Okay.
So they were the original 3. But they weren't named, so this is probably what inspired it. And they fought some villain named Mr. Twister.
Was he robotic or no?
I don't even know who that is.
I'm thinking Human Tornado.
I'm reading it off. I'm reading it off of a paragraph. I don't see pictures.
Okay.
But yeah. Green Arrow sidekick Speedy came in, guest starred in issue number 4, I guess, of Teen Titans or whatever that Brave and the Bold maybe. And then Beast Boy, who was named Changeling, was actually from Doom Patrols. It looks like he showed up in number 6. And then Mal Duncan was the first African American hero, apparently. Hawk and Dove, Starfire, obviously. Aqua Girl. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I know.
I mean, that was just all from the base, and that's 1960s. So that's when Teen Titans debuted. I don't know when Raven joined though. I know in the 80s, maybe even 70s books she's in there, and they all got really weird designs too.
Oh yeah, but I thought she'd be a newer character because she's like a demonic character. And no, not the. What did you guys have for your strict rules back then?
The Comic Codes Authority.
Yeah, would it be against some shit like that? I feel.
Yeah, but she debuted in 1980.
And that was after the Authority, I guess.
That was after the Comic Code Authority. Yeah, Comic Code Authority kind of started to be phased out in their Nazism and
Wait, what? What? Were they part of Nazis?
No, their censorship of things.
Oh, okay, what you're saying.
They didn't even let vampires in comics until the 70s.
That's so weird.
Yeah, they suck. They're just people who
Yep. Yeah, I know.
Not up to values. Stupid people in the 80s, 70s and stuff.
Well, that's every generation though, man. That's every we have it now, the MPAA. Come on. I get it. We need
stupid old people. That's what it all comes down to.
Honestly. Make room for the youngsters, guys. You guys don't get it, old womans.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's that.
Yeah. Let's get back to the show. I'm so sorry. That's long. It's a tangent.
So yeah, there's this villain shows up and starts destroying the city, and then there's a long action sequence of the Teen Titans fighting this guy.
I think a lot of the action sequences in this movie are pretty long.
They are. They're not bad. They're just super long.
Yes. I think if you cut a lot of this down, it could be a TV show episode.
It's just an extended TV show.
Yeah, which it is. Yeah, so I get it. It's not a complaint. It's just an observation, I guess, about this.
Anyway, this guy attacks the Titans Tower, and then they finally beat him, and they lock him up. They start cleaning up the tower, and then Robin interrogates the guy, but he's Japanese, by the way.
Yes.
And he only speaks in Japanese until Robin uses a translator to make it un-Japanese. That's how that works.
To make it American.
To make it English.
American.
And the villain says that he works for Bro Shogun.
And his name is...
They don't tell us here.
What did they tell us?
Oh, do they tell us here?
Yeah, I think so. It's the only time they have an interaction with the guy.
I didn't think they tell us. I didn't write it down.
Huh. I don't know his name either, honestly, but I know he gives a lot of exposition in this 3 minutes.
No, he doesn't. He speaks Japanese. He says Bro Shogun, and then he hits the sprinklers and disappears.
He says Bro Shogun, his name, and he disappears.
How's that a lot?
It's a lot to get the movie going.
Yeah, that just gets them to Tokyo.
Yeah.
So they realize, hey, this guy's in Tokyo. We have to go to Tokyo.
I always let him go. I'm lazy. I'd be like so lazy as a superhero. Like, he's gone. We'll get him later.
Psychotech is his name.
That's it.
And so they pack up their stuff and they head to Japan. Beast Boy thinks it's going to be a vacation, but Robin's like, no, this is superhero stuff. We can't have a vacation. Heroes don't take vacations.
Which is kind of true, I guess, which is just really sad to me. But during the packing scene...
You didn't read early Batman. Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are always on vacation. They just happen upon crimes.
Well, that's the thing. There's always a crime going. So, like, when, as a hero, do you turn that part of your brain off and let it be the police's problem? That's the thing. Like, do you stop petty crime on your vacation? Like, you see someone robbing some candy from a store. You gotta, like, chase them down? Or, like, I'm on vacation.
Depends. Do you have your super suit on you?
I think a superhero on vacation will always have it with them just in case a big thing happens, right?
Not if they don't want to be a superhero. Oh, I don't have my suit. I can't stop that crime today.
Well, then morally, is that up at that point?
Well, not really. What they're doing is illegal. They're vigilantes.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. I don't know. I think as a superhero, you would have that little mental breakdown in your head. I
guess it depends on whether or not you have superpowers.
It's true. If you're just an average person... like not Batman, but below Batman, then I think you could take breaks. But if you're someone like Beast Boy, Superman, whoever, you're gonna need to be on it all the time, essentially.
Yeah,
or maybe not, because in a superhero world, there's other superheroes, so you can probably take a vacation.
Let the other people handle it.
Yeah.
Superman's on vacation. Wonder Woman's got it the world today.
So you text whoever you're texting in the superhero group chat. Yo, guys, I'm taking off today. Watch my territory first, whatever. Or Daredevil's like, hey guys, Hell Kitchen's your problem now. I'm going to California for a weekend. Yeah, it's kind of fair, I guess. But anyways, I wanted to say during the vacation pack up scene. Credit sequence. You see Robin's closet's all his outfits.
Okay.
I just chuckled at that. I love it. I love that little dumb bit.
What, that he has all his outfits?
It's all the same. It's his costume. That's like 20 costumes lined up. That's it.
Yep, they all have the same costume.
I know, but you think...
They did the same joke with Starfire. She had the same exact costume in every one of them.
It's just funny as shit to me. It's a simple joke, but I like that joke. Whatever, TJ, keep going. Judging me like that.
So they get to Tokyo and, they're overwhelmed because they're in this giant city. They can't read anything. They don't know what to do. They don't speak the language. And so Starfire just kisses some boy out of nowhere, and she can learn it. She knows Japanese now.
It's a great power to have. That's a great power to have.
So I looked it up because I wasn't sure, but apparently she does have that ability in comics.
Really?
She doesn't necessarily need to kiss you to do it. She just needs physical contact, but she has kissed people before to learn their abilities.
Okay.
So
I would abuse that. I wouldn't abuse it like in a rape way, but it's just like I would love to know every language. I'd be kissing a lot of people or touching a lot of people, I guess.
All I'm saying is, she kissed this random kid on the street, and the genders were reversed. People would complain about that.
Just because there's a history to it. It's always I always defend it like there's history to it. That's why. More often than not, the history is men raping women or abusing women or whatever. It's never the roles reversed. So, like, it's kind of fine.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that. It definitely does happen. It's just, not as often. The percentage isn't there to make it a terrible thing.
You might want to rethink those words you just said.
No. Like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean by that, though, right? I'm not saying it's not a terrible thing. I'm just saying it's not like.
I'm just saying, even though it showed that the kid liked it, if the roles were reversed and it showed it, they'd be like, that's just sexist or womanizing.
Sexist or womanizing if the guy was kissing the girl?
Yeah, and she liked it without her permission. For kissing some random stranger on the street.
Granted, she's a alien, though. She's obviously orange, so it's even more. There's a lot of levels to this. Probably pedophilia because the kid's probably young. It's probably rape because she forced himself on him, and probably because she's a different species. There's a lot of criticism to it for sure.
It wouldn't be rape. It would be sexual assault. But
you know what I mean? Yeah.
It is a 2006 movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
In this day and age, it would probably not go over so well.
This way, I think it would. Because I didn't find a problem with it until you just brought it up.
Just bringing it up, it's just a weird thing to add because I don't think they used it in the show at all. No,
I don't think so. It's another way to make Robin jealous and bring up the love theme throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, I know. but it
Those
could have
the
been
reasons.
there was an easier way to do it.
An easier way. How? Just give someone a high five and just lock eyes with them as you're high fiving them. Like, now I know your
No,
language.
she could have just rubbed his arm.
Yeah, that's getting creepier.
Like, if she needed to learn Japanese, she could have come up and touched his arm and learned the same way.
Well, in that culture, you don't really touch each other, I think, right? They always
I
bow
don't
to each
know.
other
I
and shit
don't.
like that. I don't know the culture either, but I don't think they, like, handshake or rub each other. I'm not saying her going to kiss someone's defendable like that in that argument.
Whatever. After the kiss, Godzilla attacks because it's Japan.
See, I had a more problem with that than the kid kiss. It's like, why are they doing Godzilla? Oh yeah, racism. That's right. It's always
And
Godzilla in Tokyo.
and so, they fight Godzilla for a little while, and then the Japanese Power Rangers show up.
Would you call them Power Rangers?
I mean, they look like Power Rangers.
I wrote down Japanese Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. No, they look like Power Rangers to me. It fits the Japanese thing. So, yeah, apparently they got, instead of superheroes, they got this one guy who looks like a detective who controls a bunch of soldier Power Ranger looking guys with, like, Ant-Man helmets. And they stop crime.
Crimes. All crimes, actually, yeah.
So the Teen Titans are not, they're not needed here, and this bro Shogun they're looking for is just a myth. He doesn't exist. And they should just leave the crime fight to the cops. And that's it. And then the mayor comes in to give the guy, the commander cop, another medal. And I had to look up if the Japanese have mayors. So
do they?
apparently.
Okay. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't.
I mean, it's just, I just like, it didn't seem like they would have mayors. They would have something different, a different title or something.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
And at first I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right for that kind of type of country. Then I confused Japan with China for a moment there.
What would China have? I don't care.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a rabbit hole that I avoided because I just confused the countries. Yeah. Anyway, so they're confused and they have nothing to do. So Beast Boy says he knows where to go, and so they go to the comic book headquarters that he wanted to go to. He wants to visit this comic book headquarters, but it is closed. So they can't get in the comic headquarters, and then they've also been cutting back and forth between this mysterious bro Shogun and stuff like that. And he's got this giant printing press that he's making streaks of colors on for some reason. And so he sends his shadowy guys to follow the Teen Titans as they all separate and do their own thing. And just to keep an eye on them. So, this is where we get a lot of Japanese tropes.
Yes.
Because,
Because Japan's weird or different, guys. Really cool and colorful.
So, Starfire and Robin are kind of on a date this whole time. Essentially, they almost kiss a couple of times. They watch like a sumo fight in Starfire's playing Dance Dance Revolution with a Guitar Hero thing for some reason. Those are two different.
At the same time as Whack-A-Mole for reasons.
Those are like three different games.
I mean, it's probably fun. Looks like fun.
Raven's searching the city for a book, and that is in one of the 5 languages she does read, and which are 2 of them are like, one of them's like Sanskrit, but she doesn't read Japanese, so she's looking for something she can read because that's what she does. She reads books, and she ends up in a cemetery for some reason.
I mean, she's Raven. Makes sense. Well,
first she finds a newsstand that the only thing they have to read in English is
bubblegum.
Bubblegum, yes. And then she ends up at a graveyard, which has a mysterious book shop in there for some reason.
Because reasons, that's why.
For reasons. Meanwhile, Cyborg is out going to a restaurant because it has all you can eat on it.
Yes. Now, this was racist, right? Right? Like, this character of the chef was racist.
I mean, he was drawn differently, that's for sure.
Yeah, but not in a traditional American racist Chinese/Japanese drawing, but it still seemed pretty, like, somewhat distasteful. Maybe it's just me being over, first world sensitivity going on, but it felt bad.
I don't know, maybe that's a Japanese trope over there for chefs.
Have you seen that? Any of your?
No, but I also haven't watched any anime that's has chefs in it. Too many chefs in it either.
Okay.
But I don't know. Anyway, he's there, and the chef's getting mad at him because he's eating way too much, and so he starts making him eating disgusting things, and then until he gets so mad that he starts chasing him outside. Meanwhile, Beast Boy sees a Japanese schoolgirl and starts chasing her because that's nice, and he ends up.
What's that mean? He's young. Remember, they're all young, so it's kind of cool, I guess.
He's
predatorial, I guess, right?
He's chasing a girl through the streets, and technically he's an animal.
In the sheets, am I right? Yes, I know he's an animal. He's human first, an animal, I would say.
So he's chasing her through the streets, and he ends up in a karaoke bar where there's nothing but teenage girls in the audience, and he starts singing the Teen Titans theme song
in English.
Well, did you notice the joke?
What was the joke?
The karaoke bar is in Japanese, so he can't read the lyrics, so he just makes up different lyrics to the song.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought that was funny. I actually enjoyed that bit. At first I hated it, then he started singing along. Okay, I'm enjoying this.
But all the girls start liking him, and then they start chasing him. And so, back, I am kind of tying together all the plot lines, because they did a lot of cutting back and forth.
All this takes literally half the movie going on.
Yeah. Like, I'm literally condensing storylines down here.
Yeah. It's stretched out.
Meanwhile, back on Robin and Starfire's date, they're about to kiss, and everything's about to go, and then Robin realizes, oh, yeah, the fear. That guy was afraid of him, so Bro Shogun is real. And Starfire's like, can't we just, enjoy this moment? He's like, no, we have to be heroes. We don't have time for this. And she flies off crying because Robin is a dick.
Yeah.
Get it? You get it?
Because he's a Dick Grayson.
Yeah. He's a dick.
Didn't.
But yeah.
TJ. Your puns never turn off. I love it.
Let's see. What happened after that?
Bumps into the guy. They have a fight. He murders him. In cold blood.
Right. Yeah. So, what's his name? What did I say his name is?
Psycho.
Psych-Tech or something?
Something irrelevant. MacGuffin?
Psycho-Tech.
That's his name.
Shows up and attacks Robin because Robin's back on the case, and Bro Shogun doesn't like that. And he attacks him, and then Robin kind of beats the crap out of him and murders him in the middle of Tokyo Street.
Yeah, like bloodedly, too, if he had blood.
Yeah, but the blood's all pinkish.
Yeah, it's ink.
And so the cops show up and they arrest him for murder. And he's like, when they're interrogating him, he's like, I'm being set up here. That guy doesn't even bleed. Look, it's just not blood. He could be an alien or something. And the cop makes a good point. Well, your friends are aliens. Okay to murder them,
right? Because if it is, you shouldn't be sad they get hurt.
Yeah, so
it's very valid.
So so Robin's in jail, and meanwhile, all the other Titans, Raven also finds a Deus Ex Machina book about Bro Shogun history. His backstory, essentially.
Yep. And
the other four Titans are attacked by different kinds of monsters. Cyborg is eaten by a robot yellow trash can, essentially. Beast Boy is attacked by the Japanese girl he was chasing in the beginning, who turned out to be a cat girl,
which sounds like it'd be his fantasy, honestly.
Yeah, so Japanese, cat girls. I guess that's a thing. Raven's attacked by some kind of ghost.
Yeah, some like spirit. Oh, it reminded me of the thing from one of the Studio Ghibli movies. Black ghost body with that mask on.
It's Ghibli, by the way.
So, yeah, whatever. I haven't watched any of the movies. Okay, I'm sorry. The Spirit, right? Spirit and Rain or some shit like that. Spirited Away. There we go.
Spirited Away.
Have you seen that movie?
I thought you were trying to say Spirits Within. That's the terrible Final Fantasy movie.
No. Oh my god. Wow. I remember that came out. They were making such a big deal about like the animation looks so real. No, it doesn't. The hair is so flowy, kind of. Yeah. Wow. Jesus Christ, TJ. I think it's Spirited Away.
Spirited Away.
Is it the one with that creature, right? I know my friend has that big.
My Friend Totoro.
Yeah, has a big brown thing, right? The big.
Spirited Away. I don't know, actually. I don't think I've seen that one all the way through. I reviewed the one with the house.
Oh, Howl's Moving. I know all these titles. I just never seen it.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah.
We reviewed that on the other podcast. Anyway, where was I?
Yeah, Raven's getting attacked by Studio Ghibli monster. Ghibli?
Ghibli.
Studio Ghibli monster.
And Starfire's attacked by an evil version of Astro Boy.
You saw that too? Okay. It's like, that's Astro Boy, right? Am I not seeing this right?
Yeah, no, that's all Japanese tropes, so of course.
So who's the yellow then? It's gotta be some Japanese thing.
I don't know. I just think they needed a robot to fight Cyborg.
Fair.
So, so they're all fighting, and then Robin gets broken out of he's being transported, which I thought was weird. Where are they transporting him to?
Maybe they had a holding cell for him, then they're going to move him to a higher base. They have to get all the supplies to get. I don't know. They had to transport him because the movie has to movie.
I guess, but he's transported, and he gets freed by one of Psychotech's bombs. And so, but since that, now he's the most wanted person in Japan, essentially. So all the cops are chasing him, so he can't be Robin anymore, and he gets changed and looks like
a douchebag. It's a grade A person you want to punch in the face.
I was going to say you're stereotypical Yakuza Japanese mobster.
Yep. Oh, I don't want to say that because the one day I went to visit Japan, I don't want one of those mobsters listening to our podcast, which is highly unlikely to remember me saying they're douchebags. I don't want to praise them either. Just know what? They're douchebags. Know what?
It's not our fault that there's a stereotypical look about them.
Yeah, but are they praised in their culture or are they hated?
I don't know. I never looked into the Japanese mafia.
How about this? I'll say whatever the audience who's listening says, or whatever the public perception of the people think they are. So he's a douchebag, or he's really cool looking, and I'll edit which one in I like better. So I don't want to go there offending people.
Whatever. I forget where I was now. Okay, yeah. So
sorry.
He goes to a dive bar, Robin, in disguise, and to get information on Bro Shogun. And apparently he did exist. He's not a myth. But, the cops don't like him talking about it to inspire criminals.
Kind of like Freddie Mercury. It's Freddy Krueger.
How's that like Freddy Krueger?
In the Friday the 13th, Freddy vs. Jason, the kids didn't remember who Freddy were because all the parents in the town made them forget who he was.
But that's not the reason why they're doing it.
But if you forget who he is, though, he doesn't have power, so he can't come back and do anything.
But that's not what Bro Shogun is at all.
I'm saying, that's the cops' theory. I'm not saying like him.
No, the cops' theory is they don't want criminals getting inspired by his way of thinking.
Yeah, so you don't talk about him.
They don't want him talking about it. Yeah. That doesn't mean he doesn't exist if they don't talk about him.
Oh, not Freddie Mercury. Freddy Krueger still existed, just at a weaker state.
Okay, whatever.
It's my logic. Okay, it makes me happy.
So what happens after that?
There's backstory to.
Oh right, so the Titans, the cops corner disguised Robin, and Starfire shows up and saves them and takes them to a safe place. I don't know why they think this place is safe.
Because no one's there?
Yeah, I guess. And so Raven shows up with the exposition book that explained the Bro Shogun history, and apparently he was an artist who used a dark evil spell to bring his paintings to life, and they got cursed with the ability to be an ink monster, essentially.
Which is pretty cool. He looks like Venom.
He does look like Venom.
Yeah.
He's more of a tentacly Venom.
Yes. I was thinking while watching this, it'd be a great video. I'd rather play the video game version of this than watch this.
Why?
It just seems like a good video game if it was set a mystery from America to Japan, trying to figure out this shit. It just seems like kind of like Arkham Asylum series, but a little bit more colorful. And then at the end, there's that big boss fight. This is definitely a video game. It just felt like a video game.
So,
especially if you could change between characters, that'd be really cool. Anyways, yeah, continue.
So they're about to go looking for him, and then everybody shows up to attack the Titans, because now everybody in Japan wants them. They got schoolgirls chasing them, chefs chasing them, the cops chasing them, the shadowy monsters that they were fighting earlier chasing them, and it's just a montage, one of those goofy Scooby-Doo montages.
Yes, this felt like a weaker version of Scooby-Doo thing, didn't it?
And afterwards, they realize they realize where they're going. They're going to the closed comic shop because, of course, that's where it all ended up here. And so they go there and they encounter Bro Shogun, who is actually not behind everything.
But his reveal was so nightmarish. Like, if they could have really went dark with it, they did go dark with this, but like they could have gone like really nightmare-esque with the coloring and all that, in my opinion.
Well, then go ahead, explain it.
Explain what? How he looks, or just
the whole scene?
He's just a carcass of a man who's been his powers have been sucked out by it. Tubes attached to his back, and he's explaining like, I sent the first guy, Psychotech, to you to send him to you guys to send him to me. Because I knew you guys would come after him because he speaks Japanese. You guys don't let things die, Robin. And so I led you here to help me and to defend me because I'm being used by this guy. They say, who is it? And lo and behold, guess who it is, guys? The only other person that's a name in this whole movie is the commander.
Yep, Commander Cop.
Yes.
And I called it the moment I saw him.
Oh, it's obvious. That's any movie of a mystery. The only options are anybody you've seen the face of.
I also forgot to mention, after Robin was addicted to Starfire, she was like wandering the streets and she was sad, and then she talked to this little girl who only said 2 words to her and talked herself into, hey, Robin does like me, and then she goes and saves him.
Of course.
So yeah, so the Commander Cop's happening, and so the thing is, he's using Bro Shogun to create ink versions of the stormtroopers that he uses and the monsters that he used to attack the Titans and stuff like that. So he's got an unlimited supply of them, and thus a fight breaks out between like multiple copies of like the Catgirl and Evil Astro Boy and stormtroopers, and
Okay, as soon as a big fight scene, things die, tears are shed,
and so that proves that Robin only killed a fake ink image, so he's not a murderer.
Which I'm cool with that, I guess.
And so Robin corners the commander up on a scaffolding. He's about to kick his ass, but then the commander just jumps into the printing press.
He makes a good point, though, before he jumps in. He's like, no matter what happens, it says the truth's not out there. If I die right now, I will still be a hero in people's eyes. I was like, yeah, that's valid.
Except that he jumps into the compactor and turns into a giant ink monster, which ruins his entire plan.
I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so?
He turns to an ink monster. This motherfucker's dead, essentially.
No, he's not. Because once there's the big fight with the ink monster, they pull out Bro Shogun from the ink monster. He becomes one with the Force, and then the ink fades away, and he's lying on the ground unconscious.
Yeah, but like, it's their word against his. There's no evidence in the real world. There's no evidence that he was the bad guy.
They gave the Teen Titans medals at the end.
I know, because it has to be a happy ending, but realistically. And like, he's still the good guy in people's eyes. These guys are foreign invaders who just came in, destroyed the business.
You don't think
factory.
People showed up there and watched the giant ink monster fight the Teen Titans and seen that he got melted away, that he was behind everything?
Yeah, that happened because he was eaten by the ink monster. Oh man, the ink monster ate me. They did stop the ink monster, so I guess they're good, but I'm not bad. Like, except yeah,
all the Power Rangers disappeared.
I didn't know they were ink people. How the would I know that? Like, I'm not a...
Yeah,
there's not one shred of physical evidence towards him. If they showed, like, oh, there's documents of him forging shit, sure, arrest his ass.
He has a secret lair.
What's the secret lair?
The secret lair is the whole comic building.
But even Beast Boy said this is the home of
There's a giant printing press in there with an ink monster.
But is it connected to him? We don't know. Is there paper trails to him? We don't know. Was this ink place up and running, or was it just abandoned?
Well, guess what? Batman showed up and told him that's what happened, and that's how it happened.
That's why I think of that. I think it's a bullshit ending, is all. I think there's not enough evidence pointing to this guy getting arrested.
I think there's plenty of evidence pointing
from
to
our
this guy.
viewpoint, yeah, because we saw the shit play out this way.
I think once everybody melted into ink spots and he came out of the ink monster, that proved that he was.
I don't know, if he would have threw a punch as a human being to Robin in front of people, then
maybe if Bro Shogun hadn't joined the Force, they could have pinned it on him, but he joined the Force.
Yeah, but that was the bad guy. He's easy. He is the bad guy in Legend.
There's no proof that he exists because he joined the Force.
But the ink monster's gone now. He was the guy.
Because they defeated the guy inside the ink monster who was controlling it.
But people don't like. You wouldn't know he was controlling it. Maybe he just got consumed by it.
You see, you're assuming that this is a normal world and people don't deal with ink monsters on a daily basis. This is a world where Godzilla's in the street and gets defeated by Power Ranger cops.
Yeah,
this crazy shit is not unthinkable or unbelievable.
I'm not saying that. I'm just
you're trying to tell me that they need proof that this cop did it when it was clearly he was doing it in this world.
He was doing it. It's not clear.
Yes, it was.
It's not. Truly, if you look at it with a critical eye, you see that egg monster probably consumed that motherfucker. I'm glad he's okay. Great. Where the problem's the thing's gone, guys. We're like Teen Titans helped take it down, so they're not that bad either. So I guess the bad guy, the egg monster, is gone.
And Robin's not a murderer because he did that. So now they got 5 superheroes testifying that he's behind it.
But the superheroes have proof. That's what always comes down to in a legal system.
Not when you're a superhero. You don't need proof if you're a superhero.
And that's bullshit. That's why they're vigilantes. So I like this.
Nope, they're not They're not vigilantes. They are they're framed by the cops.
They're vigilantes in a foreign territory. This is not their jurisdiction. Like, they have so much going against them right now. Am I not wrong?
All I'm saying is that in that secret lair, there was plenty of cameras and stuff like that, and there's probably computer evidence. And Robin probably hacked it and has it and gave it to the police.
But we didn't see it, so I don't know.
You don't need to see it.
Yeah,
we didn't see anything. We didn't even see what happened to the cop. Maybe he is fine and they didn't end it.
Yeah, and that'd be some bullshit. I'm saying that's what
Maybe he's still serving as the commander. You don't know.
This movie's an hour 15. They could have made it an hour 17 and added 2 more minutes of showing us that footage and Robin handing it over. Right now it's all hearsay. There's no evidence to this shit.
You are like, there's how many movies have we covered where there was not evidence to do anything?
Give me one. Give me one. Most of the time there's been evidence, or the people have been repeat offenders. This is the first time this guy has been offended. Like, he's not a known criminal. He's like, yeah, I'm the head investigator. Why would I do this, guys?
That's like the every plot of the X-Men, where the X-Men get blamed for something they didn't do.
It's the X-Men,
and they never show them give evidence and stuff like that.
I don't get what you're saying.
It's the same thing. They always get blamed for stuff. Like, the mutants always get blamed for things that they didn't do, and then there's never any evidence shown, and it's just tied up at the end.
Like which movies?
Like the first one.
And X-Men, the first movie in X-Men. None of the X-Men are arrested. No one's arrested, is it? They're after Magneto because he's a dumb motherfucker. He's always showing his face like, I hate humankind, and I'm always have a battle against humankind. This is Magneto.
They didn't show the Juggernaut doing nothing in that third movie.
He was arrested already, like...
Yeah, he was arrested already, but you didn't see it, so according to you, you need proof.
No, I'm saying from the...
That's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, yeah, I need proof in this instinct. If he gets arrested, which he did at the end of this movie, this guy we're watching right now, he's got nothing. They have nothing physically on him. Nothing. And
so
if they added 30 seconds, like, yeah, we have those security footage of him doing this shit.
Because he came out of the monster.
But that's like really not, you know what I mean? Not often in movies.
Ink monsters don't just come out of nowhere.
But they can't eat people and like slowly dissolve things. In D&D, the gelatinous cubes, they dissolve someone. Once we kill a gelatinous cube and someone falls out of it, that was the guy. Kill him. You don't know anything about these ink monsters in real life. It could have just eaten the guy.
There's so much evidence that he's trying to frame them.
I don't think so.
The whole thing. Yes, there is, because they arrested Robin for murder. Fine, but then he was like, "Turn yourself in, Teen Titans. You're also under arrest for not doing anything."
Yeah.
It's right there.
Well, he's playing on fears and he's doing misinformation. It's like, hey, guys.
Exactly. Misinformation, proven that he was part of not on the up and up.
How do you prove that? How do you prove that he was the guy giving out? Maybe he really thought Robin murdered this thing in front of us, so Teen Titans was with him when they came in here. No, none of us asked for them to come in here in the first place. They came in on their own will. Like, there's so much against the Teen Titans in this movie, I think, legally. If they wouldn't be able to, like, this wouldn't be a happy ending.
You're overthinking this way too much. Yes, you are. Because it's clearly he was the bad guy from the start. It's clear that there's a secret lair in the thing. They say, here's his secret lair. Look, there's the print press he used to print the monsters. There's ink everywhere. He's the bad guy. Take his fingerprints off the goddamn computer if you need to, and there you go.
That's what I'm saying, but they don't show that. So
but you don't need to show that. It's implied. It's implied. You want them to show paperwork, essentially.
I do. Just hey, as they're handing the guy over, like doing Scooby-Doo, by the way, there's some video evidence, there's some security footage.
They never do that in Scooby-Doo. They unmask the guy and say, hey, it's Mr. Guy. He did it.
Because that's a mask. It's obvious. It's obvious the guy did it.
There's no evidence against him. It's just he's wearing a costume.
But that's more of a damning thing than coming out of an ink monster.
No, it's not. He's so. Essentially.
I think so.
How many? They have Godzilla monsters. How many of them have they properly that was controlled by some guy or something?
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't watch those movies.
That's exactly what the Toy Master guy from Superman does. He controls robots and shit.
Well, if he's a repeat offender, known for it, yeah, this is literally the guy first time.
But he had to have it for first time. He did it.
And maybe he had fingerprints behind. I'm just saying I needed some evidence to see this shit.
I'm saying all. You are being way over picky with this and being stupid.
We can agree to disagree.
We can agree to disagree that you're wrong.
Let's
but you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Anyway, after they defeat the ink monster, Robin and Starfire finally kiss, which has been building up since the show started. And now that they're finally together, which is they were together in the comics too, so I guess that's why they wanted to do that here. And they get medals. It's very a Star Wars: A New Hope ending here. And then they were like, I guess we got to go home now. Robin's like, yeah, we could stay here on vacation. And then Beast Boy says, next time we're going to Mexico. He gets punched in the face, and then the movie ends.
Yeah, that's the movie.
And then over in the credits, they all sing the fake Teen Titans song.
I like that song. I enjoyed it. So yeah, what you think of TJ?
I think I gotta give this a 6 on principle now.
On principle, you asshole. What?
I think I have to give it a 6 on principle.
Okay, so what's on principle mean for you? Like, were you going to get a 5 beforehand, but then I argued a valid point? Like, I can't give it a 5 now.
I mean, I was kind of always at a 6 when I looked at it because it's a decent show.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you review something, it starts going down no matter how good it is.
Yes, always.
But then you started arguing your stupid point, and now I'm back at a 6.
I don't think it's a stupid point. I think it's a valid point.
Well, of course you do. That's why you're on that side of the argument.
Nah, you're crazy. Oh, man. So I give it a 6. Just for those reasons, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not an average movie. It's slightly above average.
I wouldn't say that. I think... I didn't rate this yet. So 5 is average. 4 is below average. This is below average film to me. It's in and out. I would give it a 5, honestly. It's a good, solid movie to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine thing if you want more Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I have this on Blu-ray, and it also had a lost episode of Teen Titans on there, too.
How'd you watch it?
Yeah, it was just about this guy called Punk Rocker. He uses a guitar and noise to float him away.
I've seen that. Did you like it?
It was shorter than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was fine. It was kind of gross. Beast Boy with his earwax and stuff, but you know,
yeah.
I don't really like the episodes that always focused on Beast Boy. I think he's kind of lame.
I liked him when I was younger. It's like, oh, it's cool. He's like not a punk kid, but I don't know. He seemed like a cool kind of kid to me, kind of, but not really. But yeah, as I got older, like he's not entertaining. I recently had that revelation with Bart Simpson. Like when I was younger, I used to love Bart Simpson, but man, he is a little shithead. Like he is just downright not a good kid.
Well, it depends on which Bart Simpson you're watching, because when The Simpsons focused on Bart Simpson as the main character instead of Homer, the show was way better. Way
better as in like he was sympathetic, you mean, or what?
Yeah, like what was the one that stood out is where he tried really hard to get a better grade and still failed.
Yeah.
And the teacher felt sorry for him and actually gave him a D instead.
Yeah, I'll give you
that. That was a great episode, but that's when it was focused on Bart. And then as the show went on, for some reason they liked Homer more and they focused on Homer.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because like they made Bart a bad kid. Like it really is just like unlikable. He's dangerous. He does hurt people. He's just, man, he sucks. And then Lisa Simpson isn't cool either. Like she sucks too. Like, I guess she's a nerd and she's craving for attention. Anytime they give her the attention she wants, she's instantly becomes that jerk. Like, oh, you suck too, Lisa.
Like anything in those first few seasons, I think the first few seasons were good. I didn't watch too far after that, honestly, so I couldn't tell you what The Simpsons are these days.
Oh, dude, I'm not a constant viewer of the show, but yeah.
So I couldn't tell you, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know how we got. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring Simpsons up. So yeah, you guys suck eggs and you go to hell.
Just send the podcast.